Good evening, everyone. Thank you for being here. My name is Zach Carley. If you don't know me already, I'm the director of sports and competition for Special Olympics Ohio. The purpose of this meeting tonight is going to be just to go over some of the specifics for the softball tournament this weekend. Allow you to ask any questions about the weekend that you may have. And I hope it's informative and is worthwhile. I've been trying to do one of these prior to every state event as a way to just try to knock out some of the questions ahead of time so we can leave the day of kind of free from um, as much confusion as possible. Um, so to start, what I'd like to do here is I'm going to share my screen with you and show you the map that I've sent out. Just kind of explain a few things on it and kind of take it from there. I just ask it if you have any questions, just hold them to the end. I don't have a ton to go over, so we should have plenty of time for that. I'll be monitoring the waiting room too. Uh, so I'll be letting some people in here as they join. So to start, here, here's our map that was sent out of the overview of Koontz Recreation Complex. Special Olympics Ohio in the past has held our tournaments here. We're happy to be back. Oregon is happy to have us back, and I'm really looking forward to growing the tournament here at this location again. So looking over kind of the overview here, fields number 1, number 5, 6, and 7. Those will be used for the softball games. Field 1 is primarily for coach pitch division. I believe we have one Division 3 game scheduled there as well. Field 5, 6, and 7 will be for the other team games and all the unified games as well. Fields number 3 and 4 at the top of your screen here will be solely used for softball skills and skills awards. Field number 3 being where the bullpen for skills will be. Athletes should plan to report to the bullpen for skills at 10 a.m. So the first game will start at 9. We'll have games at 9 on 1, 5, 6, and 7. And then skills will start at 10 a.m. on fields 3 and field 4. The awards will immediately follow. That will be a rolling schedule. All athletes should report at 10 a.m. To the bullpen. But even prior to that, for our opening ceremony, we're going to have that on where it says softball team awards. This is actually field number 2, is how Koontz labels it. We're going to have our opening ceremony here. Athletes and unified partners and coaches are going to be asked to stand in the outfield behind. I'll have a sign in the grass of your delegation name. I'm going to recognize everyone there. We're not going to have a parade of athletes for this. It'll be more of just a recognition. And then we'll have some athletes who are participating in the opening ceremony be able to leave their delegation and head towards where the microphone is to do their part for that. Opening ceremony will begin at 8:30. I anticipate it probably being about 15 minutes, 20 minutes, which will allow teams enough time to make it over to their fields if they're playing a 9 o'clock game. With that also being the case, these kind of blue dugouts of this field number 2 will be, for lack of better terms, like the ops center, for if you need anything from a state representative. That's kind of going to be the place to go. You can also talk to us. We'll have representatives at each field. We'll have representatives over at skills as well, and also just kind of floating around. So we'll try to have our name tags on. So if you don't know us by name yet, you'll be able to identify us by that. Couple of things to highlight here as well. So this area that's construction area, they are in the process of tearing down and rebuilding the bathrooms. So that area should be sectioned off. For that purpose too, they have bathrooms kind of spread throughout the facility here. So for this year, they are porta potties. For future years, they'll have a new restroom facility. And also on that, if you may have noticed, we have these changing tents down here. We'll have changing tents with walls in the event that your athletes need to change or want to change out of their uniforms. They'll be able to utilize these tents for that purpose. Also, we have this team tent camp. If you and your delegation would like to bring pop-up or bring chairs or whatever you'd like, you're welcome to set up in the outfield here, have your own little home base. Just so it's kind of all together, it'll be kind of sectioned off. We're not asking spectators or anyone to be able to come in here, so it's trying to keep it to the your local program and the people coming for the event. So you can kind of first come first serve, claim where you want, as long as you're kind of in the outfield there. It should be fine. There might be a few areas that they're trying to get some grass grown. I just ask that you kind of avoid those areas. They said they should have them marked off. But yeah, you should feel free to utilize any of that space out there for that purpose. This field, you might see signage. They call it Ousky, Ousky. It's more set up for baseball, but yeah, they call this Ousky. So feel free to use the outfield of that field for that purpose. They'll have a snack bar available for anyone that wants to purchase any concessions throughout the weekend. And they have your typical kind of snack bar food. They'll have a couple like hot options. They'll have candy. They'll have chips, drinks, things like that. On that kind of note too, we will have lunch provided for anyone that is registered. Registered coaches, chaperones, athletes, unified partners. It is a ticketed system in your registration packet pickup that you'll do when you check in. You'll get the tickets for the people that are registered under your delegation. It's Marco's Pizza. Marco's is actually originated up here in Oregon, so they're coming, and you'll be able to get 3 slices of pizza with each ticket. We'll have some chips as well, and some water or Gatorade available as well for that purpose. We'll also have for those that can't eat pizza for any health reasons or dietary reasons, we will have some salad available as well. The salad is only intended though for those people that cannot have pizza for health or dietary reasons. Looking else also on the complex here, some things to note for the parking. If you enter in off Seaman Road, we ask that you park in the parking lot here to the to kind of the northwest of the complex. There should be plenty of parking. In the event that that this fills up, there is on the southern part of the complex this other parking lot that's part of their soccer fields. It's right off Star Avenue, and you can get to the fields just by crossing this bridge noted here. So again, plenty of parking here if you choose to park down here. You'll just have to walk across this bridge, and it'll pop you out right here at the southern point by Field 7. So something that you have the option to do as well. Something else to mention. So I had said that you when you come to check in, will be given a packet just like our other state events. I wanted to just kind of go through what's in that packet, just so you know what to expect. There will be a delegation report in there, just like our other events, that will tell you, divisions and who's registered, that kind of stuff. Your meal tickets, like I just mentioned, will be in there. There's a QR code that I printed off and put in there that will have direct access to the rules manual. So you'll be able to scan that with your phone, or if you'd like to pull the rules up. This map is in there as well with parking information. If you wanted to take a picture, send that out to any people in your program. There is also a schedule of events that is broken down by times. I just wanted to give it to you as like an alternative way to read the schedule in the brackets. It's about 1 page long, and it tells you at each time what game's going on, what division, what field, things like that. It also tells you lunch. Lunch is from 11:30 to 1:30. I have 3 different deliveries coming of the pizza, so they'll come at 11:15 for those that want to eat right away at 11:30. For those that want to eat more closer at noon, I have another delivery coming at noon, and then again at 12:45. So we'll have plenty of pizza in that 2-hour window for you to eat. Also in that packet is again the brackets and the game schedule, in case you want to look at those. Additionally, I made large poster size copies of the brackets and the game schedule. I'll have those hung up either on probably the snack bar or maybe the dugout of one of the fields that's kind of central. I'll make sure to note that, or have whoever is working the check-in table kind of note where those will be. They'll be updated after each game takes place, and then at the end of the tournament, I intend to whoever gets gold for every division, if they would like to take home the bracket, the large poster bracket for your program. That's fine with me. They're just kind of a one-time use type bracket. So, like I said, those will be noted where they're hung up when you pick up your packets. Also in that packet is a couple protest forms in the event that you would like to file a protest. Again, it just must happen within 30 minutes of the event finishing. So if you do choose to file a protest for any reason, please make sure to give it to the field manager. If you're playing a team sport or team softball, again, there will be a state field manager at 1, 5, 6, and 7. And then if you want to file a protest for skills, you can again give it to one of our state representatives. And we also had Angela Luke who from Williams County, who will be running the skills for us. So you can let her have the protest, and we'll work together and determine the outcome of that. And then the last thing with the packet, just like all of our other state events, will be a sign-off sheet, signing off, saying that you have your athlete medicals on your person, and that you're picking up the materials, and things like that. So that's what's in that packet. One other thing I wanted to mention, be sure to mention tonight, is if you are interested in seeing the program for softball, it's digitally done this year, so it's actually on our website. If you go to the website, it pops up as kind of like an announcement on the homepage. You can also get to it by going to the About Us section. There's a digital media type button that you click on, that and you can get to all the programs. I think really from the past maybe like 2 years that were done digitally. So if you're looking for one, it has some of our sponsorship stuff in it. This is what it is right here. I'm not going to go through it or anything, but it has some stuff. It has the schedule again, has athlete names, and has the map. So this would be a good thing if you want to share out with any of the people in your program. Again, it's just on the website. And if you have trouble finding it, let me know, and I'm happy to kind of show you where it is on the website. So that was the majority stuff I wanted to make sure to cover here. Sean, I just saw your note here. Let me look into that gluten-free and see what I can do with Marcos. They probably have some sort of offering like that, but yeah, I will make a note and talk to them tomorrow as far as the gluten-free, because my guess is there's probably other athletes that are like that as well. So yeah, I'll follow back up with you on that, Sean.
Thank you very much.
All right. At this point, if anyone has any questions, feel free to come off mute, and I'll see what I can answer for you, and we'll go from there.
Zach, I'm looking at the D2 round robin bracket. At the bottom there on the right, it's tie is broken by total runs allowed. So your tiebreaker is going to be.
Telling me someone's talking, but I'm not hearing. Let me see if
Can you hear me?
Oh, there it goes. Sorry, I had the sound coming through my monitor, and my monitor doesn't have speakers. I don't know why it was telling me that that it could have speakers, but sorry about that. Go ahead.
Okay, Division II round robin with three teams, 2 games each. The tiebreaker is total runs allowed. You're going by defense instead of total runs scored. Is that?
Yeah, total runs allowed will be the tiebreaker if needed.
Okay, I haven't been around a long time. I have never seen that before. I just wanted to make sure that was correct. So thank you.
Yeah, and I'm hoping here too, in future years, I'm hoping that we can have 14 brackets, have someone from each region. It's kind of where we're at right now this year, and hopefully it'll just keep growing from year to year. But yeah, so that's total runs allowed for the round robins for tiebreaker.
Very good. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem, Sean.
I have a question.
Yeah.
And if I came in a few minutes late, so I apologize if you already said this. Where is opening ceremonies going to happen?
Sure. So here, I'm going to show my screen with you again here. So opening ceremonies will be on. So it's where it says softball team awards on the map here. It's field number 2. My guess is they'll probably have signs up that say field 2. But I'll do what I can as far as some signage and things like that to note that. But yeah, opening ceremony will be at 8:30 in the morning. Programs are going to be asked to kind of stage and line up in the outfield. I'll have signs in the grass for those, and we'll recognize the programs and the athletes, but we won't have a parade of athletes.
Thank you.
Yeah, no problem.
Hey, Zach, this is Ed McLean from Sandusky County. I just wanted to clarify, we had some play after regionals for teams, and I wasn't at regionals, so I didn't get to experience anything firsthand. But I just wanted to clarify the foul tip rule in regards to Division III traditional softball. Correct me if I'm wrong, but if a batter has 2 foul tips, their third tip would be an out, correct?
I believe that is the case. But I will, I don't have the rules in front of me right now, but I'll follow back up with you. I'll put it in when I send out the recording of this to everyone. I'll include that in there, Ed.
I think the difficulty for us is it's very easy to follow the softball rules, like the addendum that you find online, but it's
Yeah.
very difficult to find like USA softball rules. So I think that would be helpful to us, especially here and for future. So just a heads up. I also just wanted to make a comment. We've done some training up in Northwest Ohio a lot, and in regards to gluten-free, the only place that we had ever found up there that did gluten-free pizzas was Vito's Pizza, which is right there on Navarre. So just a heads up in regards to that dietary consideration.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you for that. I'll follow up about the gluten-free and the foul tip. Another couple rules to just kind of highlight as well. The sliding into home is an automatic out. And then the home run rule will be in place as well, as far as if you hit 3 out of the park home runs in a game, regardless of if it's an athlete or a partner, the third one and any subsequent out of the park home runs is considered an out. From what I've been able to find historically, it hasn't really happened. But it just one thing to kind of highlight with the rules for that purpose. Someone had asked it around the regional tournament time.
So is field 1 smaller than 5? It looks to be on the map. And I mean, not that it's a huge deal because those 2 teams then would be playing in this division, they'd be playing for 3rd and 4th. But just something to kind of think about with the home run rule with the other fields being larger.
Yeah, so field 1 is more like a softball field, like softball dimensions, whereas fields 5, 6, 7, and really that field that has the tent camp is more like baseball size. So I agree with you. I think if it were to happen, it would be field 1 that would probably see that. But yeah. Is there any other questions for tonight? And again, I mean, if you think of something after this meeting, feel free to send me an email, or I mean, we'll be able to answer them on Saturday too. So, but yeah. Thanks, Angela. All right. Well, if there's no other questions, again, I want to thank you all for coming tonight. I'd like to keep kind of in the habit of doing these pre-event Zooms, just to try to. I'm sure there's things that I miss when I'm sending out information, so I'm happy to do these to just try to answer any questions you might have. And like I said, the easiest way is going to be to reach me by email too. So if you think of a question, shoot me an email and I'll get to it as soon as I can. But yeah, I appreciate everyone and everything you do for our athletes, and I look forward to seeing you all this weekend.
Thank you.
Thanks.